to be told. Never give up and journey on. Power in, play, our hearts are strong. Let the Odyssey rise. Let the Odyssey rise. Never give up and journey on. Power in, play, our hearts are strong. Let the Odyssey rise. Let the Odyssey rise.
Testing, testing, 1, 2, testing, testing, testing. Can anybody hear me? Are we live? Am I muted? Because 99.9% of the chance at the time I'm actually muted. So yeah, I wanted to say hello, happy Tuesday, July 29th. We're only a couple days away from August. The beginning of what people call the fall season. All the fall starts later on, but still. Mic check, mic check. Yes, yes. Welcome everyone to the live stream. Welcome to the live show. Today's a little bit of different kind of show. We will be hanging out, talking about whatever is happening inside the world of Nintendo. Maybe talk a little bit of indie. Waiting on the Nintendo Direct announcement. We're going to be keeping an eye on X for the drop of that announcement coming in for Nintendo Direct. Normally it's Wednesdays, right? I would say 90% of the time, Nintendo Directs are Wednesdays, right? On a Wednesday. And it's very rare when it's on a Thursday. Thursdays are normally drop days for video games. And normally Nintendo Directs would normally be on a Wednesday, not Thursday. Thursday, yes, we've had directs on Thursday, but the majority of them were on a Wednesday, including the previous direct for Donkey Kong Bonanza. And yeah, a lot of other directs on Wednesday. Nintendo normally announces directs on Tuesday, and then we have them on Wednesday. And so, yeah, we have some waiting to do, but in the meantime, we can go ahead and just hang out, talk about news, talk about that Nintendo Switch 2 leak, right? We'll go over the images, let you know. I really didn't cover it just because it's not new, but I understand that maybe you guys wanted an update on that a couple of days ago. Nintendo Switch 2 leak came about, but that leak is not really new. It's the same leak we got before the Nintendo Direct. The reveal for the Switch 2 was made, and the same exact leaker spoke about the same model for Nintendo Switch 2. And so it is not a new leak. It's just resurfaced. And so yeah, we are apparently getting a Nintendo Switch 2 white edition. All in white. I guess it looks nice on the little screen thingy. But yeah, it's not a new leak. It's basically a resurfacing of a leak that came about when we first got the Nintendo Switch 2 leaks out there. When it all started out, and this leaker on Twitter just revealed the system and how it looks and the dock and all that stuff. He did mention there was 2 models, a black on Nintendo Switch 2 and a white Nintendo Switch 2. And now we have images on the Nintendo Switch 2 leak. All right. So hello, Holly. What's up? We got fan of the Nintendo. We got FO. We got fan. Let's see here. We got Pokemon fan 34. Toon Link is in the house as well. Welcome everyone. Yeah, we're waiting on the Nintendo Direct announcement. Normally they're Wednesdays, and so today should be a good day if we are getting a Direct this month, right? So let me go ahead and open Twitter here just to make sure I have it up and running. I remember when we did something like this for the Nintendo Switch 2 trailer drop. We camped out. We camped out for the Switch 2. I'm not camping out today. No, don't worry. But we did camp out for the Nintendo Switch 2 trailer drop on January? Was it January? January 15th? I think it was the date. So far, Nintendo has not yet tweeted. Let me go ahead and get it up. Nintendo has not yet tweeted. There is a Nintendo Direct rumor to happen this very week, right? I mean, it's happening in July. This is literally the last week of July. Actually, we're just days away from ending the month of July. And so August is around the corner. I'm pretty sure a lot of you are getting ready to go back to school. And for a lot of you, it's exciting. For some of you, maybe not so much. But yeah, it's the end of summer when it comes to summer vacation and the beginning of the school season. And so this is the end of July, right? We're in the last week. The rumor direct was for the end of the week this week, right? We have two main sources. Two main sources. I want to say two main sources because they were the first ones to basically kind of really go all in behind the Nintendo Direct leak. We'll talk about first beat 'em ups, who was the first one to just start it, and then Nate the Hate, right? Which is the other, I would say, a backup credible leaker to beat 'em up. Beat 'em ups is not a leaker. He's not a leaker. He's just he's a really good content creator, Nintendo YouTuber, but he's not a leaker, right? He heard this information and he shared it. So he's not really a leaker with a lot of I would say history, and he doesn't really need it, right? He doesn't really need that kind of clout. So when he mentioned it, everybody had to listen because like this guy doesn't really need the clout for that, and he doesn't really need to be a leaker either, right? He obviously heard it from somewhere, and he shared that information. And according to where he heard it from, he put a lot of weight behind it. He kind of, gave it some way, like he really did believe it was happening. And then Nate the Hate also jumped in during the podcast and said that he did hear about a Nintendo Direct happening towards the end of the month after Donkey Kong Bonanza was out. And so this is where we are now. Nate the Hate added a little bit more weight on it, stating that third-party developers were waiting to release their games on Nintendo Switch. And I'm just gonna put it on top of it. Maybe they were waiting on a Nintendo Direct, right? So they can make it more official that they do have their support for Nintendo Switch 2, right? The fact that they didn't make their own little announcements on their end, and they are waiting for a Nintendo Direct, an official Nintendo Direct, to bring these games over to Nintendo Switch is actually a really nice thing. It's a really cool thing on their behalf because it just kind of makes it more official. Hey, we have this time around, we have Nintendo's back, right? We have Nintendo support, or we here to support the Nintendo Switch, and companies that are in this list, Nate the Hate mentioned Ubisoft. We have Sega, of course, Microsoft bringing a whole bunch of games to Nintendo Switch 2. Some other company in there, but yeah, they're the Nintendo Direct is mainly focused. Yeah, we're gonna get Nintendo unfinished business, right? We need a Nintendo Direct. Metroid Prime 4 needs a release date. Kirby Air Riders release date. There's a lot of games for Nintendo Switch 2 and one that don't have a release date just yet. And so this is a good time for Nintendo to kind of clean up, right? To actually kind of do their unfinished business, just seal a whole bunch of games with dates, and let the stage shine for those big third-party developers who are announcing Nintendo Switch games for Switch 2. And so right now, I'm going to go ahead and pull up here. Wait a minute. All right, nothing yet. Let me go ahead and just refresh here. All right, July 17th. Oh, that's old. Okay, never mind. I'm at the Nintendo of America website. I mean, X account. Just kind of keeping an eye on it so that the minute it drops, if whenever they announce it, I can go ahead and just kind of drop it to you guys live here. Give you guys the official live that Nintendo just dropped the Nintendo Direct announcement. Okay, so I'll keep an eye on that for you here, so you guys can catch it here live. Let me go ahead and pull the Nintendo Press website here real quick here. And then share my screen really quickly. All right. Let's see here. All right. Here we have it. Okay. So I'm just going to go over the Nintendo Switch games, the Switch 2 games that are out without a date. That way we have an understanding and an idea of what games are going to be talked about in this Nintendo Direct once it arrives. Let's see here. Okay. So what we have? What do we got? July, right? We are around here. Mario Party Jamboree was the last game to come out. I mean, Jamboree, the TV addition to it, where you can play with the camera. Okay. Sorry, I have a little bit allergies. Then we have Drag X Drive, which is coming next month in August, a couple of weeks away. We have Kirby and the Forgotten Land also coming next month on the 28th in August. Then the next game is Pokémon Legends Arizona. It's coming out in October 16th. And that's it. That's all we have. That's all the dates that we have for this year, right? So we do have 2 more games on this list with the 2025 mark, right? And those games are Kirby Air Riders and Metroid Prime 4 Beyond. These are the 2 games that we have with the 2025 mark. And so we if Nintendo were to drop a direct tomorrow, then you can expect Nintendo to also update these games, Kirby Air Riders and Metroid Prime 4 Beyond, with release date. Yes, I do know that I am live. Well, would I be talking? Come on, Crazy Scott. All right. So I'm sorry, you got me off guard, dude. So Kirby Air Riders and Metroid Prime 4 Beyond, 2 of the games that we should be getting release dates for. We also have Hyrule Warriors, Age of Imprisonment, also a game that should be getting a release date, and maybe another trailer for Splatoon Raiders. Now, these 2 dates, as you can see here, have no release year. So we could either get another trailer and say our 2026 mark, or we can get the full date release, maybe at the beginning of next year, right? So we have 4 games on Nintendo's calendar without a release date. So let's go ahead. These are the games that should be in the Nintendo Direct for Nintendo. I know a lot of people are expecting maybe like a one more game, but if you think about it, we have, for example, September. It's September. October is taken. November and December. We only have 3 games. 3 months without a title for Nintendo. Like in the what's left of the year. there are only 3 months left without titles, without release, without any games coming out that month. So we have 4 games on there. Yes, there's a possibility of another game because if if Hyrule Warriors, Age of Imprisonment, and Splatoon Raiders turn out to be 2026 games, that leaves 1 month open here because we have 2 games, Metroid Prime 4 Beyond and Kirby Air Riders. So maybe, just maybe, we could get maybe a Metroid Prime 2 HD, right? Something, a shadow drop in that regard. Maybe Mario Galaxy 2 to begin the Mario 40th anniversary, just like Jay Biggs. It's not Mario 4th anniversary. It's Super Mario Brothers 40th anniversary. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, it's Super Mario Brothers 40th anniversary, the NES. Mario Brothers is the classic one where you go in the pipes and then you have those little bridges that you have to kind of either hit the little enemies from behind it, or you can hit the little power button in the center so they can all like flip and you can kind of, yeah, that's Mario Brothers. Super Mario Brothers is Mario and Luigi, and playing on the NES with level 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then and Koopa. His name wasn't Bowser back in the day. His name was Koopa. So what about Super Mario 64 remake? Oh, that would be awesome. That would be great. So yeah, we got four titles without a date, without a specific date. Nintendo Direct in the works. Hopefully, Nintendo announcing it soon. I would say today. I'm here on the Nintendo Twitter. I'll be refreshing it every little second. Nintendo has yet to issue a tweet today. Actually, they did issue a tweet today. This one's 36 seconds. Moments before disaster. I don't know what that means. Moments before disaster. Mario Kart World. They did tweet just now with Mario Kart World. How many of you are still playing Mario Kart World? We got okay, yeah, moments before disaster with the blue shell. This is hilarious. This is a good picture. That is an awesome picture. I love it. I love it. Yeah, and Donkey Kong kind of looks like Donkey Kong Bonanza, but his hair and his fur is a little different. And yeah, blue shell moment. I love this. This is hilarious. This is hilarious. And of course, this guy's just kind of, it looks like he's frozen in time there. But yeah, Nintendo's first tweet is about the disaster of Mario Kart World. I think we can expect the next tweet any moment now. But if Nintendo is having a Nintendo Direct, we should hear about it any moment now from that. So, predictions. What is happening with Nintendo Direct? Well, what can we see in the Nintendo Direct? There's a lot of games that we can see, right? Like I said, first-party games, I think it's just unfinished business, right? First-party games, I think it's just unfinished business. Nintendo is going to just make sure that they have dates for the games they've announced already, the games that are kind of missing. They're missing their dates. We have Kirby Air Riders, Metroid Prime 4 Beyond, Hyrule Warriors Age of Imprisonment, and Splatoon Raiders. I'm really, really excited for Metroid Prime 4. Age of Imprisonment, Splatoon Raiders. I like Kirby. I want to try it out. I've never played an Air Riders before. That'll be my first. But I'm excited for Splatoon Raiders just because it's a new genre for the Splatoon games, right? It's more like taking the Splatoon brand and giving it another platform to shine on. And so I Splatoon is big now. It's huge. And so this is extremely brilliant from Nintendo to take that IP and bring it somewhere else and do something different with it so that they can widen the IP. Like we're looking at Mario as an example. Mario Brothers. We have Mario Baseball, Mario Tennis, Mario what? There's a lot of Mario Kart. So there's a lot Mario Strikers. There's a lot of Mario to go around. Mario RPG, and so they're doing the same thing with Splatoon. They're taking out of its main game and putting it in another kind of platform so we can kind of continue to enjoy the IP, which is really cool. Excuse me. So there we have it. So yeah, unfinished business is my first prediction for Nintendo Direct. Unfinished business. So the unfinished business is Nintendo taking care of what they've already announced. The next thing I feel we're going to see is of course, there's a lot of third party developers like what Nate the Hate mentioned. Let me see if I can go ahead and pull up that tweet for Nate the Hate. Nate the Hate. Nate the Hate. I want to see if I can pull up that tweet from Nate the Hate on the Nintendo Direct. Okay, there's a specific one. Let's see. I mean, it's kind of trending because it's all around. But let's see. This is my Nintendo. Maybe my Nintendo News has his quote. Let's see. Can we click on it? Does it work? It work? All right. So let's see if all right. Prominent video game leaker Nate the Hate has doubled down on his statement that he believes on Nintendo the representation is happening this month. He has said this a couple of times now and seems quite confident that Nintendo Showcase will be taking place. Obviously, the massive Donkey Kong Bonanza is out now, and fans are naturally wondering what's next for Nintendo Switch 2. Hopefully, we won't have to wait long. But a Direct is still happening in July, to my knowledge. So here we have that one, Nate the Hate. So let me go ahead and go back to see if I can find his original tweet. Let's see here. There's some background music here. Animal Crossing New Horizon. Animal Crossing music foreshadowing the announcement that was leaked by Beat 'em Ups on the announcement by Beat 'em Ups that we were going to get an Animal Crossing surprise. Crazy Cupcakes. Yeah, it's somewhere out there. I can't find it. Yeah, the Nate the Hate comment. Where am I? Let's see here. All right. Oh yeah, I have to go back a little bit more. Nate Morris. Who's Nate Morris? All right. And we got a super jack here by Attack the Backlog. It won't happen. Says it won't happen. But if they ended the Direct with the classic Ocarina title screen and the words remake fading away, dude, cry is understatement. If this happens, Ocarina of the classic Ocarina title and the words remake fading in, it's not crying. It's more like sobbing. It's more like sobbing. It's more like sobbing, not crying. Sobbing. that would be immense. That would be crazy. That would be insane. Insane, man. Just a reminder, my friends, if you have not done so, go ahead and if you can, hit that little follow on X. And of course, if you have not subscribed to the YouTube channel, go ahead and do that as well. I would really, really appreciate it. If you are watching the stream, go ahead and hit that like button. Hit that like button there so you can help the stream out get further beyond. But I'm gonna leave this up for a little bit because I think this is a worthy super chat to leave for a little bit because it's not. The crying is not the word. Attack the Backlog. It's sobbing. It's sobbing. All right, let's see here if I can find that tweet from Nate the Hate, because he did mention third party developers are waiting for well, I can just go to his account. The hate. Nate the Hate too. Wait, there's a Nate the Hate the one. Okay. All right. Okay, so this is the where are the Switch 2 games? So Switch 2, where are the Switch 2 games? When will they be released? Here's what we know. We can go ahead and click on this and react to the to his words. I think that's the best way to do it, right? React to his words live here while we wait. Let me go ahead and lower this here quick here.
Australian audience that's listening to that take, but
where Digital Foundry at the time had put out comments regarding this, and it's that a lot of development partners currently lack access to development kits. And this is something that remains true. And it's not just indie developers, it's also those AA and low. Now the system has been out for a month, and many of them still have not heard anything from their representative from Nintendo as far as gaining access to dev kits. And this is leading to frustration
of the Switch 2 announcement reveal trailer. If you various other sources that have come forward that are saying that there's some frustration when an enhanced Switch, we're what, 4 weeks into, but other than that, like there is just nothing really happening right now on Switch 2. And
well, no, these releases aren't a priority for us. So you're going to continue to wait. And this is kind of similar to what we saw in the early days of the Switch that I was talking to. They released a couple of
games running. And, unless you have access to development hardware,
I believe Nintendo said something in the area of 15 million Switch. We're going into 2020. I can go to Steam and find any future commitments to them.
Right? So it also means that,
I think it's a great point to bring up. Could now come back and be like, oh, I remember hearing about this. Now it's better. You have to feel, I think for me, if I were a third party publisher,
same as when the Switch 1 launched,
publisher not announce a Nintendo version at any other. They want to control that narrative. They want to make a big deal about these games when they choose the time is correct. Now, at the same token, I understand it from a business point of view, from Arc System, which the name escapes me. It was
to every week from small indies to AA, very meticulous about right play, but is what we anticipated. Issues with that they haven't
just for that hardware as we were waiting distribution. Metroid Prime, they benefit. Wondering.
Yeah, and I think about even Call of Duty.
Doesn't even talk about the Nintendo Direct here.
Microsoft, at least pre-layoff, was a publisher who was going to bring games to the system.
Yeah, I would expect Doom, The Dark Ages, Starfield, potentially, maybe Oblivion, like everything that Xbox has kind of released over the last 18 months or so. I expect those games to be on the list.
All right, we have another super chat here. Mega Drive Corporation. I'm keeping an eye on Nintendo today. We are. Yep. We're with you. We're with you. Keeping an eye on Nintendo. Close eye on Nintendo to see what happens in the next couple. I would say, I would give it to about 1 o'clock for them to even announce something for tomorrow. And so 1 o'clock Eastern time, I'm talking about. And so, yeah, we're just here kind of going over some Nintendo Switch 2 direct predictions. So far, I hear nothing in this podcast about Nate. Is this the right one? This is 2 weeks ago. Maybe this is not the right one. I'm probably watching a really old one. Let me see if I hear the right one. This was 2 weeks ago. Okay, he just pinned the 2 weeks ago one. This one, June 14. Let's see. Xbox Showcase predictions. Okay. Let's see here. Nintendo Switch 2. Blah, blah, blah. There are a few Switch 2 games announcements since launch, but why is there? Okay, there's really nothing here. What he's basically stating, I already heard this podcast before. I don't hear anything about the Switch 2 prediction. Maybe he said it somewhere else. But basically, what they're saying is here that a lot of developers are not too happy when it comes to their dev kits. They're not getting dev kits, and so it's made it very difficult for them to port their games over to Nintendo Switch 2. And I think they compare it to the Nintendo Switch 2 launch as well. Yeah, so no, I don't keep thinking it's tomorrow. I'm just hoping it's tomorrow. I'm hoping it's tomorrow, not thinking it's tomorrow. I'm hoping. I'm willing it into existence. Willing it. I'm willing it into existence. The Nintendo Direct for tomorrow. Tomorrow. All right, what do we got here? We got a brand new joining the Odyssey Mega Drive Corporation. Just became a member. Thank you so much for your support. What do I have here? Do I have a little clappy thingy? That's not a clappy thingy. No. Clappy? No. Hey, there we go. I got a clappy thingy. Thank you so much for your support. I appreciate you, Mega Drive. You are awesome. Welcome to the Odyssey. Enjoy all the little perks and videos that I have uploaded. And there'll be a lot more stuff coming for our members, including a brand new podcast specifically for members. So, thank you so much for joining and for supporting the Odyssey here. I appreciate you more than you know. And then we have a super chat from none other than the podcast co-host Joycey the J. Queen of Hyrule. Says, not saying there isn't OOT on the horizon, but Twilight Princess isn't easily accessible at the moment. Also, a little shade for the haters, y'all. I mean, yeah, it makes sense because right now the only game besides some of the handheld games on 3DS that you can get on Nintendo Switch, the main, actually, you know what? The only main title game, the main console game, I'm not talking about handhelds, the only main Zelda game that you can't get a hold of on Nintendo Switch is Twilight Princess, right? Without counting handhelds. I know that all the, of course, NES Zelda games are there. Super Nintendo Zelda games are there. Game Boy Zelda games are there. Game Boy Advance Zelda games are there, right? Game Boy Advance Zelda games. Only 3D, right? Nintendo 3DS, right? Do we have Nintendo DS games are there, right? DS also? Zelda games for DS? Because DS only has one screen, if I'm not mistaken. Right? Nintendo DS only has one screen. Nintendo DS. One screen. Oh, wait, it does have two screens. Never mind. Wait. I'm actually confusing it. It's Nintendo Advance SP. Advance SP. Yeah, the Nintendo Advance SP is the one with one flippity screen. The Nintendo 3DS, 3D, DS, and up have a dual screen. So, yeah, I guess any Zelda games from a Nintendo DS and up are still missing from NSO. But yeah, it makes sense that we get maybe a port of Twilight Princess HD switch to-ified before we get anything. But an Ocarina of Time, man, dude, that would be crazy. That would be insane. That would be crazy cupcakes. Insane. Thank you, Joycey, for the super chat. I appreciate you. All right, so my friends, if you are just joining us, we are here We're here talking about the Nintendo Direct that is apparently this week, right? There's a lot of rumors out there about an upcoming Nintendo Direct this week. And so we're going over some predictions for this Direct. We're going over some previously mentioned statements from Nate the Hate. Who else? Who else? Chat, let me know who else pitched in for the Nintendo Direct. I haven't been following any leakers this week or last week, but let me know in the chat who else pitched in, like a leaker that we know that is credible. Who else pitched into the Nintendo Direct talk, and what did they say? Did they mention anything different from Nate the Hate and Beat 'em Ups? Although Beat 'em Ups is the first time, is like Beat 'em Ups introduction into the inside info thing, and so it's his first time. He's doing good. He's doing good because he immediately has Nate the Hate's backup on that. So let me know who else mentioned anything about the Nintendo Direct this week. Do we have any Brazil guy, PH Brazil, or who was the other one? I know one of them just retired. Apparently, they retired for their leaks. Attack the Backlog? I didn't know Attack the Backlog was an insider. Hi, Susino. I mean, Nash Weedle. Let me see what he said. The Weedle. Nash Weedle. Okay, so Nash, what did you say, Weedle? Mr. Weedle guy. Okay, he just did Mario Paint. Nash Weedle was the first to say July. Okay. Let's see here. That is not a background music. There we go. I'm extremely excited to see if Beat 'em Up's prediction about that new Animal Crossing game for next year, but the teaser coming up in this Direct, right? That will be insane. That'll be crazy. I'm looking here at Nashville's website, Twitter, to see if I can find anything about it. Let's see here. Huh. Let's find out. Nothing yet. These two look good together. DK and Banjo. Man, they need a crossover game. DK and Banjo, they need a crossover game. Look at them together. What is this? This is not real. Whatever, man. I like when people just try to. What the heck is PS5 60 frames per second? 10 frames per second. Come on, man. Hey, I'm a Nintendo fan, but I can laugh at a good joke. You know, I don't take things personally when people attack Nintendo. Everybody has their own. Their own. Their own like and dislike, and it's very natural. So, so Nash Weedle was on Attack the Backlog's show. Cosas que pasan en los directos de Attack the Backlog Nintendo Direct. Ops, perdón. And then Baria. I don't know who that is. English and Spanish Q&A. So, apparently, is this where he said something about the Nintendo Direct? I pick a lot on Nashville. I bother him a lot. Him and I had a not really like We never had any disagreements or anything like that, but I like to pick him a lot because sometimes he brings up things that I brought out last year for patents and stuff. I say, hey Nash, remember this from last year? So yeah, I used to do a lot of patent hunting. I've taken a break from it. Let's see here. Yeah, I don't see anything here. Let me see what else. All right, so far, what we know so far is third-party developers are coming to Nintendo Switch 2. The Direct will be heavily, brought up with Nintendo Switch 2 third-party developers, Microsoft, Ubisoft. I can't really speak too much about Ubisoft because I'm a partner, and I do have some information on Ubisoft games. So I really can't, I cannot comment on Ubisoft and Nintendo Switch 2, or whether games are coming to Nintendo Switch 2. But I can say that I did hear from Nate the Hate that Ubisoft is planning on announcing things for Switch 2. That I can say, but when it comes to talking me directly about what I know on Ubisoft, I'm a partner with them. I'm part of their partner program. And so Assassin's Creed, I was playing it a couple of months before it came out. And yeah, so I really can't comment too much on them. We got another super chat here. Let's see here. Mega Drive Corporation says Japanese Nintendo commercials are peak. I recommend watching the Japanese Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past commercial. You know what? Let's go ahead and look that up. While we wait for the for Nintendo to drop any type of information, let's go ahead and look for the Legend of Zelda Japanese commercial. Link to the Past Japanese commercial. Let's see if it's on X. Here's a Legend of Zelda Link to the Past. Oh my god, is this it? Is that it? What the? Where is this dance? Where is this? Where is this? This dance break in the game? Is that the commercial you're talking about? Hold up. Why didn't we get this dance break in the game? That would have been epic. Watching little 8-bit Link just do his moves and stuff. We got to listen to it with the sound. Oh wait, it's gonna. Wow. There's a step there. What is Zelda doing? Wait, is that Ganon? Is that Ganon? Oh my god. What the heck is that? Let's go back to that. What the heck is this? What is that? Is that Oh my god, look at this face. What in the world is that? That is Ganon. Look at Ganon, man. Ganon live action. Imagine if he looks like that in the movie. Keep it a great work, Mike. Don't give up. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate your support. But man, this is crazy. Look at imagine if they gave us Ganon like this in a live action movie. Which, by the way, if you like information on the Zelda movie and want to be up to date on everything Zelda movie, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. The movie is filming in November. As you can see, there was right after we talked about some information on the podcast, that following week we got the announcement for the cast. So the information that I get is very close. Is very close to things happening, right? So don't be surprised if we get to see the actors that are playing Impa, who played Ganon, right? And so we might even get this Ganon right here. That would be crazy. Little 90s Ganon. Yeah. Australian Super Mario Bros. Commercial. All right, let's go take a look at it. Australian Super Mario Bros. Commercial. Let's check it out. Is that it? Wow.
新しいソフトパズルアクションゲームワリオの森ディスクシステムの
No,
あのゼルダの伝説をファミコンカセットで
I don't think that's it, but
お値段半分よ AV 対応のニューファミコン発売中
I remember that system. I used to have that one after the other one came out. Okay, so this is the Australian one.
新しい冒険が今始まろうとしている。
Super Mario Bros. 3.
愛よ、勇気を奮い立て。僕らはマリオと強くなる。テクニカルファンタジーゲームスーパーマリオブラザーズ3。
Mario Bros. 3. I don't think that's it either, but it was fun to watch. Yeah, this is the ad, which is funny. Okay, here we go. Wow, these people are talented. They're dancing in these costumes. Super Mario World. Super Mario World? How is this a commercial for Super Mario World? What in the world is this? And then the background music. That is not right. That is not cool. Look at the font. Game Boy Advance. We have to watch it one more time. It's just because it's Mario and Luigi, but they're doing nothing related to the game. Super Mario World for Game Boy Advance. That was a commercial. That is just crazy, man. Baywatch edition. Okay, yeah. Nintendo Mario Paint is available on NSO right now. You can go play it. This might be the funniest product placement of all time. Let's see. What is it? What is he eating? You ate a star too? What? Wait, what? I don't remember this power up. It is horrible. I'm crying here. That is horrible. him eating rice, rice.
よし。マリオ。よっしゃ。
The star is good.
ふりかけ。いやー、これ大好き。なった。うまいうまい。危ない。どうだ。
Wow, that is hilarious. That's just funny, man.
見て見て、スーパーマリオも喜んでるぞ。君も一緒に黒金の
Okay, there's a lot of commercials I've never seen before in my life. This is crazy. Oh, here's the one with Donkey Kong. Okay, this is the Australian commercial for the Atomic Purple Game Boy. Oh my goodness. What the heck? Donkey Kong, his animation. How far have we how far have we it's like compare this Donkey Kong we hear right here with today's Donkey Kong. How far have we come with Donkey Kong, right? It's insane. It's insane. Have you played Donkey Kong Bonanza? Yeah, you'll see like how far we made it with Donkey Kong. It's just what's wrong with his legs here? Where's his where's his lower body strength, right? It's like it's just crazy. And then everything falls off but his tie here. Man, Etsy Donkey Kong. Yeah. Donkey Kong from Temu. Is it Temu or Timu? I've heard it both ways. So this is NSO Mario Paint coming to NSO. This is the British TV advertisement for Super Mario All Stars. Okay.
My friends at Nintendo have placed 4 Super Mario games on the same cart for less than 50 of your pounds. Super Mario Bros. 1 is pretty tricky. Super Mario Bros. 2 is a little more advanced. Super Mario Bros. 3 is... But Super Mario Bros. The Lost Levels is so difficult, it could actually unhinge the balance of your mind.
Aren't you that talentless celebrity women find repellent?
See what I mean? It's completely Tonto.
Mario All Stars, infuriating limited Nintendo.
Crazy. Super Mario Brothers The Lost Levels is Super Mario Brothers 2 from Japan. Yeah, there's a big story behind that. I'm pretty sure you guys know about that. But let's go ahead and do a more checkup here on Nintendo to see if we have any updates here. Normally I have updated there. Donkey Kong Bonanza. So far we got that. And yeah, so far the last tweet from Nintendo was the 37 minutes ago, moments before disaster for Mario Kart World. Yeah, and then yesterday we got an announcement for Tetris 99 40th Maximum Cup event will run from August 1st to on at 12 p.m. Pacific time. August 4th at 11:59 Pacific time. Once you accumulated a total of 100 event points, a new theme will unlock featuring the art, music, and Tetrimino design inspired by Donkey Kong Bonanza. It's pretty cool. I mean, it's just the background. See, they didn't do much with it. Just changed the background. I'm guessing the music also, but just the background, which was that. All right, so while we wait for Nintendo to drop any information, I'm gonna give it to like 1 o'clock, top of the hour. They've dropped information really late in the afternoon, so we really can't pinpoint when Nintendo's gonna drop some information. It could be today, it could be tomorrow for Thursday. The majority of Nintendo Directs are on Wednesday. I will also be live streaming tomorrow to wait for that drop. So don't worry, we'll be here today to wait for the drop. I will be live streaming till 1 o'clock, and then I'll come back tomorrow and we'll wait for the drop tomorrow and talk about the Nintendo Direct as well. But yeah, so far what we know is what we've heard from these sources, and it's all considered just a rumor until Nintendo themselves confirm it with a Nintendo Direct drop announcement. Camp out till 12 a.m. No camp out for this one. No camp out to this one. Because last time we did a camp out for Nintendo Switch 2. And for those of you who are here, we did a camp out. And what happened? We did a camp out the night before. We didn't get an announcement. The next morning, we started live streaming about 6 a.m. or 7 a.m. in the morning, and then we saw the trailer as it dropped, like the Switch 2 trailer. I'm guessing we were the only ones live streaming at that hour, and I think we had about I would say maybe 2,000, 3,000 people watching, and we got the Nintendo Switch 2 trailer as it was dropping. It was crazy. I remember like looking at the what is this thing? And when we clicked on it, it was the actual Nintendo Switch 2 trailer, like seconds before it dropped, and we were just like, it's insane. So I'm gonna do this from now on. Basically, we're gonna be live streaming and talking about the a rumored event happening very soon. Like, for example, we have a direct happening soon. We'll be live streaming to 1 to 1 to see if Nintendo drops that trailer or that announcement. And if not today, they can drop it at any moment in the daytime. We've gotten direct announcements in the afternoon, but if they don't announce it, I'll be live streaming tomorrow, and we shall be waiting for that drop for the Nintendo Direct tomorrow as well. And then we'll catch it here live as it goes. Let's see here. But I want to hear from the chat now. Let's do a quick Q&A on the chat. What games are you looking forward to the most? Let me know. If you have a question, make sure you put a little question mark behind it. That way I can go ahead and see it and highlight your question. I'm going to take the next 10 questions first. I'll take the next 10 questions, and then I will answer the next 10 questions, and then I'll proceed to the next 10 questions. So if you have a question, go ahead and highlight it. If you have a comment you want me to go over, at Mike Odyssey, okay? So for questions, make sure you have a question mark. For comments, make sure you at Mike Odyssey. I will highlight those comments. So for comments, you want to bring up, and for questions, all right? Let me see here. All right. So recap for today: Nintendo Direct announcement coming very, very soon. I don't know what's happening, if Nintendo is doing it today, tomorrow, maybe. And all right, we have a couple of questions already. So Nintendo Direct happening either tomorrow or Thursday. 90% of people are pre-panicking. Don't pre-panic. Either today or tomorrow. 90% of Nintendo Directs are on a Wednesday. Does anyone here work for Nintendo? Technically, we work for free. Everybody works for Nintendo for free. Technically. So, please be tomorrow. I mean, it can be today. I mean, not the Direct. I mean, like the announcement. What day? 90% of Nintendo Directs are Wednesday. That leaves 10% on Thursdays. But I can tell you that odd directs, odd Nintendo Directs is like the ones that are very weird. They're not in the same calendar that Nintendo normally, that Nintendo normally announces a direct, or they air them, right. For example, there are Nintendo Directs happening February, June, and September. Those are the Nintendo Directs that normally that's Nintendo's normal schedule, right? They do one in February, they do one in June, and they do one in September. Okay, and so February is to fill out the calendar, right? June is mostly around to confirm and to announce more games for the rest of the year. September is to announce for the beginning of the next year, right? And then it's so on like that, right? So the February and June is February is for that same year. June is for the same year and next year, and September is for the following year. That's how their announcements have been in the past when they announced Nintendo Directs. But when it comes to odd Nintendo Directs, August, like they had an August Direct with the Indie World Showcase and partner like smushed together. Those are odd ones where Nintendo really don't. It's like they leave their conventional scheduling and just throw it at us. Those have been on Thursdays. This could maybe be considered an odd one. Nate the Hate has responded. Let's go. Let's go ahead and see what he's talking about. All right, let's go ahead and check out Nate the Hate, and then we will go back to the Q&A. Let's go ahead and see what the update is. Let's see here. Nate the Hate. I'll go over to his Twitter, and then he replied. Did he reply or did he post? Let's see. He posted. Okay, did he replied? Video Games Chronicle. So who did he reply to? July concludes tomorrow. What does that mean? What does that even mean? What did he reply? Brand 4 Beyond and Hyrule Age of Imprisonment release dates. I don't see what he said. Wait, Nate the Hate has responded. What did he respond to? Nate the Hate commented again. No. No. I don't think he has commented this. These are his replies. The last of his replies, he replied to Stealth here. Let's see. I don't see anything there. But yeah, this is Nathan Hate's profile here, and then you click on replies to see what he replied to, and they should come up. It says here he just replied, July concludes tomorrow. Does it conclude tomorrow? July does not conclude tomorrow. July concludes on Thursday. On Thursday. July concludes on Thursday. Conclude tomorrow. Come on, Nate. Come on, Nate. Come on, man. All right, let's get back to the Q&A. let's get back to the Q&A. All right, I'm just picking up questions here. And guys, if only ask the question once. That way I highlight it. Okay, and I'm gonna read them in the order that I highlight them. That way, okay. All right. What makes you think? Wait, did I'm on Twitter, not Blue Sky. All right, I see that. All right, let's go ahead and go over the questions that I do have right now. Okay, so we got here. Let me go ahead and go back to this one. All right, we got what games are you most hyped for in the next direct? I am most hyped for from top to bottom, the most hyped game for me, or rumored game, would be Animal Crossing. Okay, Animal Crossing, the new one. I'm a cozy guy at heart. So the next Animal Crossing, just because it's the next Nintendo Switch 2 game that we don't know about, right? This was a rumor by Beat 'em Ups. He heard something about that, and so I hope that comes to pass. Then we have Splatoon Raiders is one that I'm extremely excited about, just because it's something that's outside of what Splatoon is. It's an adventure game, and I hope it's like a shooter adventure. So I hope it's in that line. I'm excited about that too. What other ones we have? Metroid Prime 4. I played it at the Nintendo Switch 2 experience. I really did enjoy it. I hope they give that game some love. Right? We need a dedicated Nintendo Direct for Metroid Prime 2. 4. And to tell us how big that game really is. Kind of like what they did with Donkey Kong Bonanza. I hope they just don't just release it and that's it. It's just one more game that it's out there. I hope they really do give it the love that it deserves. So Metroid Prime 4 is another one. Of course, the next big Mario game. Hopefully they talk about that. I'm excited about the 40th anniversary of Super Mario and all of the announcements that go along with it. So yeah, I can't wait for Nintendo to start dropping some Nintendo Switch 2 stuff. Because right now, the Switch 2 just came out last month. We have not yet been into the full launch lineup of the Nintendo Switch, right? We're only a month away from the launch. So it's exciting times. I'm excited for potential Switch free upgrades, but do you think Animal Crossing and Xenoblade could get 60 frames per second patches? I don't know. I don't think so. Maybe Xenoblade, but not Animal Crossing. Xenoblade I think needs it more. Animal Crossing, not so much. It's not really a fast-paced game. But I would say more Xenoblade Chronicles X, the last one they released. I don't see. I see eventually a lot of the games getting updates for Nintendo Switch 2. But with that rumor of a new Animal Crossing on her, no pun intended, a new Animal Crossing in the horizon. See what I did there? Then I'm guessing no Animal Crossing yet. Xenoblade Chronicles X might get a little patch for that. Do you think Splatoon Raiders is going to be a holiday game? And how many 2026 games do you expect to be announced? In this direct, I feel like Nintendo's going to finish off the year. And if there is a 2026 game announced, it's probably going to be Hyrule Warriors: Age of Imprisonment, and the rumored Animal Crossing game for next year. If there are 2026 games for this Nintendo Direct, I think Nintendo will focus on finishing up their unfinished business. Giving some release dates for Metroid 4, Kirby Air Riders, and if there are any 2026 games, then I think Nintendo will give the dates in this. I don't expect a lot of 2026 games here for this Direct from first party Nintendo. Now, there are a lot of third party developers who are jumping on this Direct and announcing their games. Hopefully Call of Duty is one of them. Ubisoft, Assassin's Creed. And so I'm not sure if those games will be going into 2026, because we have about 5 more months left in the year. But for first party games, I think like maybe 1 or 2 will go into 2026. In September, if Nintendo does give us a Nintendo Direct in September, that one is more focused on games that are coming in the following year. And so I would say, let's say Splatoon Air Raiders, if it doesn't come out this holiday season, that could be a good January game for Nintendo Switch. Same thing with Age of Imprisonment. If it doesn't have a date for 2026, that could be like a good February game. Then in February, we'll get more announcements. So, yeah, great question. When is the Direct? Well, it could be today. It could be tomorrow, or it could be the day after. When do we expect an announcement? Today? What does the rumor say? Well, the rumor says at the end of August. There's no more end than the last week, and so this is the last week. Like literally, we are in July 29th. There are only 3 more days left in the year, and so ePrime5 says it'll be in August. So the rumor says end of July, and when they said end of July, they might really mean end of July, because the last day in July is Thursday. Last day in July is Thursday. Okay, so there's an announcement expected anywhere from today till tomorrow. Today till tomorrow. So yeah, we that's what we're doing. We're expecting an announcement. I'll be live streaming today, and I'll be live streaming tomorrow, expecting that announcement, and then we can have once the announcement drops, we can have a hype party here. All right, and then we'll go nuts with speculation about what the Nintendo Direct could entail. So yeah, the rumor says is the last week of July. Do you think Splatoon Raiders is going to be a holiday game, and how many? Oh yeah, we did it, right? Let's see here. What makes you think? What? Wait, hold on. I gotta read it I gotta read this one with the attitude. What makes you think? What makes you think that a Direct would still be announced today? Faith. That's what I can say. Hype and faith and anticipation and hope. That's all I can kind of say. I'm a fan just like you. Right? I cover Nintendo, so that's just that's that's it. That's it. Wait, let me let's okay, starting now. I'm picking more questions now. All right. Starting now, I'm picking more questions. Go ahead, more questions. Copium? No, Copium. Go ahead and ask your question now. I'm going to be highlighting the next This time we'll go 7 questions. This is so they can go by faster. So go ahead and either at Mike Odyssey. Go ahead and do either at Mike Odyssey. Like I can see the highlight over here, and then I can go ahead and highlight it over here. Guys, I have a really cool live stream set up now. I've been wanting to live stream more, and so that's why I have the chat right here with text this big, so I don't miss any of your answers, so I can actually read and interact with you guys a little more. All right. Well, we got already. We have okay. They got a triple monitor. Let's see here. Warrior race. That'd be awesome. All right. I think we have enough questions already. Let's see. Oh my god! I went over the. I went over the. I went over the question limit. Okay. Let me go ahead and go back to the questions now because. All right. First question. What makes you think? No, that's not it. That's not it. All right. GL7 Gaming says, "Hello, Mike Odyssey announcement. Did Nintendo Direct tomorrow? Yeah, could be today. Could be tomorrow. There's only 3 days left. There's only 3 days left. So we. So I mean, there's not room for a lot. So only 3 days left. Let's see here, Lottie. What are you hoping for next year, Mike? Next year, I am hoping to still be around next year. Yeah. Oh, Mike. I'm hoping to still be around, creating content, hanging out with you guys, playing video games, and just doing stuff. And no, I am not the Timu. Somebody called me the Timu something. This is another YouTuber that looks like me, but I was born first, so he looks like me. What's his name? Something. You guys can tell me in the chat. Will we get Mario? Oh yeah, Mario Maker 3 would be a perfect game to come out in the first 2 years of the Nintendo Switch 2, since the mouse feature is a big thing, right? So far, mouse feature game is DragX Drive. It is all mouse feature. We have Mario Paint now coming to NSO, or it's out on NSO, that has a mouse feature also. And so Mario Maker 3 will be perfect for the mouse feature. I mean, and that itself makes it there's a big possibility that it could just show up on any direct. How confident? Wait, hold on. I gotta read this with an accident. How confident are you that the rumors are true? How confident? Tell me. And I have to add the at the end. Confidence level. Let me see. What is my confidence level? My confidence level at the moment. I mean, it just went down with this comment. Like my confidence level just went a little lower now with this comment. Like it was a little higher, but I have to be. I have to. It comes from big man. It comes from big man. I'm not that big. I'm not. Like I'm like 5'11", and so My confidence level, I have to admit, it just went down a couple notches. It went down. All right, Mike Odyssey. This is unrelated to the direct, but does Mario Maker 3 feel like a year 2 or 3 game? I would say it's year 2. Year 2, just because it takes advantage of the mouse features. There's do you guys remember the game that came out with Nintendo Switch where you can take the Joy-Con and go like this and kind of and count the little marbles inside the Joy-Con and then the feature where there's like a little laser that kind of helps your hand and it counts your hand and there's a listen, the Nintendo Switch 1 had incredible features that no one took advantage of, right? And so look, it kind of counts your, like, if you're playing rock paper scissors with the computer, it counts your thingy, right? It kind of like does this and stuff like that, right? And so the Nintendo Switch 1 had features that were never taken advantage of. Nintendo released that one game that had all the little marble checking, whatever, or it's like a party game, whatever. And the one with the cowboys and all that stuff, right? It took advantage of the Joy-Cons. I think this time around, Nintendo needs to go all in with what the features of the Nintendo Switch 2, offer. Like, if the mouse features are great, the haptic feedback are great, then Nintendo has to go all out with all of their games. I'm a little bit disappointed that Donkey Kong Bonanza didn't have a mouse feature in it somewhere. Like somewhere. I don't care where, but Nintendo, you need to implement your own features into your own games. Okay? Donkey Kong Bonanza has had to have at least 1 or 2 something that you have to do in the game, whatever it was, to with the mouse feature, right? Use it. Do your thing. It's crazy. It's crazy cupcakes. All right. You got a dual monitor? Well, I have my computer monitor right on this side. I have it's supposed to be meant to use as a teleprompter, but I use it as like for my notes. I have bullet points because I don't like reading scripts. I just create bullet points of what I have to talk about, right? Like if I talk about the news, next story today in Nintendo Direct, blurp, 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 it's right there, like there. And of course, the text is like huge, super huge, so I can't write a entire script. I just write little bullet points here on my screen here, and then I have a side screen here. It's side like a smartphone, but huge, like big. Right here with the chat, like this is huge here, and I can see all of you guys chat here on the side. That way, I can talk to you live, and I can just glance over here. And because the text is so big, this is my good eye. I can actually see it really fresh, really good, right? So, it's helping me a lot. It's helping me a lot to be able to interact more, especially in the podcast. Because before I couldn't do much. Like Yoshi can tell you, I couldn't read the podcast, the notes. I couldn't read nothing in that because I didn't have a live stream set up. Now I do, and I'm happy that I do. So, yeah, expect more live streams in the channel. All right. Any chance at a new Punch Out or Wave Race? Man. Nintendo, listen to Saturday Morning Fan, because, by the way, I'm also a Saturday morning kid. I used to watch cartoons Saturday morning. Ninja Turtles, man, those were the days. So I hope so. I really hope so. I hope that if they do make Punch Out, they do gloves. Bring back the gloves. Wave Race. The developers of Mario Kart World were inspired by Wave Race when creating the water areas where you had to travel. And if you look at Mario Kart World, and when you get into the water, of course the little carts turn into water vehicles, and the wave, how the wave reacts and the cart reacts to the waves. It's inspired by Wave Race, and so it's in their minds. It's not, they have not forgotten about that, and the fact that it was inspired by Wave Race, it means that they really hold that game hold to their heart still, and I hope they do proceed with the game like that. Will Smash Bros. 64 come out on NSO? Oh man, that is, why has it not come out yet? Nintendo. Eventually it will. Eventually it will. They have to bring it out before they do with Smash Bros. On GameCube. Is Smash Bros. On GameCube? I don't know. What? Okay, what you hoping for next year so far? I'm hoping to still be around. I'm hoping to be still here, around town. To be honest, I'm really hoping for Nintendo to give us a Nintendo Switch 2 Lite bundle with Animal Crossing edition on top of that. That's what I want next year. I want Nintendo, since Animal Crossing, the next game, is coming out on Nintendo Switch 2 next year. If they announce it this year, then this is the perfect time to create a Nintendo Switch 2 Lite. My daughters don't want the big model. They want the light version. They want to wait for a light version of the Nintendo Switch 2. They care less about detachable Joy-Cons and magnetic stuff. They want a Nintendo Switch 2 Lite version. And I think Animal Crossing is the best and perfect game to release that version of the system. Then 2 years later, release the OLED version. But next year, I think the light version of the Switch 2 should be a thing. Although there's a white one coming out there soon. So, yeah. All right. So, how confident are you? Did I read this already? What comes first? A new mainline Zelda or The Last of Us? Zelda. All the way Zelda. All right, highlighting the last line of questions. I'm starting right now. So write down your question right now. It's kind of hard for me to go back and look at the other questions. So, starting right now, write your question down, and I'm going to highlight the next 10 questions really fast. Starting right now. And I have to go check out I have to go check out the other. Let's see here. GS6. I have to check out the Nintendo website to see if they have any updates. I could do it here. While these questions come in. All right. I'm highlighting the questions now. Oh wait, hold on. No way. Okay. All right. Nintendo just tweeted, "Bring Bushido back to Himamoto," and this Gia 7 complete launches on Nintendo Switch October 10th. So they just announced a game. Ooh, this is Nintendo Direct kind of feels. They normally drop some game announcements on their Twitter account this big before a Nintendo Direct. If these games didn't make it they didn't make it until the Nintendo Direct. All right, I'm highlighting 3 more questions. Bring him in. 3 more questions, and I think I'm good. So Nintendo just tweeted 12 minutes ago. Bring Bushido back to Hinomoto with this Gia, this J. I'm not even gonna try. I don't want to butcher it. I'm not even gonna try. Are we good with the questions? Let me go check how many questions I have. We might be good. That's a good question. That's a good question. I didn't see the good question. Let's see here. All right. Make sure I didn't miss any questions. All right. We got one more question. We got room for one more question. I'll take 9. When does it start? What starts? When does what start? All right. Okay. So let's go ahead and highlight. Let's go ahead and read the questions that I have now. All right. Let's start with this one. New mainline Zelda or GTA 6 on Switch 2? I'm gonna say GTA 6. I'm gonna go that far. Gonna say GTA 6 before we get a new mainline Zelda. A mainline Zelda is gonna take a long time for Nintendo to release it. I'm sure we'll get a little smaller Zelda games before we get the big mainline Zelda game. Like the before we get that next Tears of the Kingdom caliber game, it's gonna be a while. Rayman 4 for Switch 2. Yes. When do you think more information is coming for the new? The new Tamagotchi Life. This upcoming direct, we can expect new information on that. Yeah, new information on Tamagotchi Life. This direct, and of course next direct, because it's a 2026 game. If the direct doesn't happen Thursday, will the leakers have to go into witness protection? Yes. That's a good question. If the direct doesn't happen on Thursday or tomorrow, the leakers have to go into witness protection program. They do. Mm-hmm. Let's see what I hear. Do you think we will get a 3D Mario this year? Nope. No 3D Mario this year, unless it's Mario Galaxy 2. But I will say we could hear more about Mario and maybe the next 3D Mario game this year for next year. And I feel like we're going to hear more about it in September, since that's when the anniversary starts. Mario will kick off big this year. It'll kick off big. I think there was a leak about the leak of the logo for Mario. And so this direct, I think it'll be more third-party games and a couple of unfinished business games for Nintendo. In September, that's when we'll hear more about the big Mario 40th anniversary. I think we'll hear about maybe we'll see a teaser on the 3D Mario game, but it's not coming out this year. It'll probably be a 2026 game, and my anticipation for that next 3D Mario game after playing Donkey Kong Bonanza is over the roof, because I want to see how Nintendo can top it. Donkey Kong is not Nintendo's baby. It's Mario. And if they were able to create a game like Donkey Kong Bonanza, I just rolled credits on it this past week. It's insane. It's insane. Yeah, it tops Mario Odyssey, but it should top it because it's a Switch 2 game. It's not on Nintendo Switch, right? And so, man, it's just crazy. But I'm excited for the next Mario 3D game. Who is your favorite Animal Crossing character? Bunny. I like Bunny. Bunny's my all-time favorite character. Bunny. I also like Raymond. And let's see who else do I like in who has to be in my island? We got Bunny, Raymond. Let's see here. None of the anteaters. I can't stand anteaters. Especially the one with the blue outfit. Yeah, I could say Bunny and Raymond. And maybe Dottie. Yeah. Bunny, Raymond, and Dottie, I think are the. Oh wait, and Sasha. Sasha. I love Sasha. ¿Cuándo empieza? I don't know. One of these days. Today, tomorrow, or the day after? Today, or the day after? Did you know that Nintendo's developer Shiver Entertainment had ported WB's Hogwarts Legacy and Takes-Two's WWE 2K to Nintendo Switch 2? Whoa. I did not know, and that is incredible because I am playing Hogwarts Legacy right now, and it's amazing. It's phenomenal. I'm taking my sweet time. That's my game. That's my go-to game when I'm not playing anything else. Like I just go back to Hogwarts Legacy and just play through the story. 2K25, I still need to pick it up because I'm a WWE fan. I'm a wrestling game fan, and so I need to pick up 2K25. I'm still playing like 2K23. But man, I did not know that. That is awesome. That is amazing. Amazing. Let's see here. I'm just going back really quickly here because I thought I missed a couple of questions. All right. All right. Okay. Let's go ahead and highlight this one. The cast of the sequel to the Mario Brothers movie will be revealed on Thursday's Nintendo Direct. Will the cast? Yeah, there's a big possibility. Why? Because we are less than a year away from the from the Mario movie releasing, and they have not yet begun any promotional, any promotion for the movie. And at this time, for the Mario movie, they had already started. They started within a year of the Mario movie with the cast, and then they did the announcement directs and everything. And so right now we are less than a year away from the movie. Specifically, actually. It's coming out in April. On April, I think it's April 3rd. April 3rd, if I'm not mistaken. Or April 4th, something like that. April. Wait. That's not the. Okay, let's go to the year. April 2026. Yep, April 3rd. Yeah, April 3rd. April 3rd. And so, man, we are less than a year away from the Mario movie, and they have not yet started promoting it. So I can expect for them to first announce the cast. I mean, now they have the Nintendo app, you know? So I'm hoping they do the announcement like they did before. I do expect a cast reveal soon. I mean, it's going to be the same cast that we had in the Mario movie, Mario, Luigi, Chris Pratt, this other guy, I forgot his name, Day, Charlie Day, Anya Taylor-Joy, Jack Black, and then maybe somebody to play Wario or Luigi, maybe. It's called Super Mario World, so we'll see what kind of movie, Bowser Jr. Has to be in the movie. We have the Koopalings also. So I expect something very, very soon. Also on the Legend of Zelda live action. I expect to hear more news on both of them soon. Are you ready for the direct next month? I'm not ready for the direct next month. It's gonna be this month. So yeah, the Nintendo Direct will be either tomorrow or on Thursday. If rumors are true, just because there's only 3 days left. there's only 3 days left in July, and we have a couple of people putting their reputation on the line for this one, right? We got a couple people putting up their reps on the line for this one, and I have hope that it'll be also these last 3 days. Right now, Nintendo's last tweet came about 25 minutes ago. 25 minutes ago. 20. Wait, hold up. This is not Nintendo. Let's go back to Nintendo. Okay. Nintendo's last tweet came about 25 minutes ago. And this was for the game. This I can't pronounce that. Sorry. It launches on October 10th. On October 10th. This game. That one right there. That's what Nintendo announced for next week. But we're waiting on Nintendo to see if they drop any information on the Nintendo Direct. We're going to be here tomorrow also waiting, because guess what? Tomorrow is the last chance that Nintendo has to announce on Nintendo Direct. They're not going to shadow drop on Nintendo Direct. They can also have a Twitter Direct. This is when they just drop all the information on the app or on Twitter. Is it a partner showcase or a direct? It's a general direct. It should be a general direct, just because we have some games from Nintendo, first party Nintendo without release dates just yet. And so there are a lot of first party games without games. We got Paul the Gale Force Network. We got Paul the Gale Force Countdown God Network celebrating 2 months. Thank you so much, Paul. Paul is our co-host at the Topic Podcast. And we got TARDIS celebrating their first month as a member on the I was about to say Nintendo Topic Podcast. It's not the podcast. It's not. It's in the channel. My friends, I got a really cool announcement for members. I'm starting a new podcast. Well, I'm not starting a new podcast. I'm extending the current podcast. It's called the Nintopics Mini podcast for members. It's a pre-recorded podcast where I will be sitting down with a guest. Okay, and I'm going to invite a whole bunch of people. Maybe I'll get ATV on one of the podcasts. Of course, we'll get Joycey, Paul also in there. Of course, and Josh 64 and N64 Josh N64 Josh, have Josh in there as well, and other content creators on the podcast. That was going to be dedicated to our beautiful members on the channel, those who make it possible for us for me to stay here, right? Because if it weren't for the members, I wouldn't have a leg to stand on here, because I don't know if you guys noticed or if you heard, the channel was recently attacked by a whole bunch of people and reported for violent content. I'm sorry that I gave you guys violent content. My family-friendly channel was reported for violent content. The algorithm took it seriously, and my channel was affected. So, I've been working. I've been working with YouTube behind the scenes. Apparently, they tell me that everything is okay now. They told me that everything is okay now. I will, starting next week, go back to my live stream, my regular video routine. Just kind of, of course, better content. But when it comes to my news videos and all that stuff, I'm gonna go ahead and test the waters again to see if everything is cleared out, and then continue to push forward. We're never gonna give up. Never ever gonna give up. And I have all of you guys to thank for your support. The channel has revenue right now because of the members, and I appreciate that with all my heart. I really do appreciate that. And so I decided, hey, I need to do something very special for the members, and so we're gonna do a podcast for the members, and we're also gonna do video game hunting videos for the podcast. I'm gonna go out and hunt for video games. I'm gonna go to crazy locations to hunt for video games, and I'm gonna take you guys along with me. So the member content will get a little more spicier. I could be more creative with that because it's not the regular news content and stuff. So it's gonna be a little more out there with you guys. Of course, I'm also gonna give you guys a lot of behind the scenes stuff. Look, a lot of behind the scenes that I'm working on. Giving you guys a little tour of my stuff here. All the stuff. Yeah. And so there's a lot more stuff coming for the channel for our members. So if you would love to join and consider supporting this venture, keeping me here on the platform, then you can join for as little as 99 cents per month, and you have a whole bunch of benefits. You have a lot of benefits that you can get. Of course, emojis. You got member. We have a members Discord. We have members community area. I think there's over. Let me check. I think that there could be over. Well, a lot of videos that are just for members. A lot of video for members only, and skits. So yeah, that's gonna be a cool thing. A cool thing. Let's go do a last checkup. It's already 1:30. I went past my time. But let's go ahead and look at Nintendo to see what they have done. Tomorrow, I will be back. I will be back here early tomorrow, so we can continue the wait on Nintendo, focusing on the Nintendo Direct. Let's see here. Nintendo's last tweet came at 32 minutes ago. And let me go ahead and share that last tweet. Oh, there it is. Right there. There it is. So it says here, you know what? I'm since I'm not going to butcher this name, let me see if I could do this. Hey, it's not working. Come on. Okay. All right.
Nintendo of America 27.8K posts. See new posts. Nintendo of America. At Nintendo America, welcome to the official Nintendo of America X account, where you'll find the latest Nintendo news. For ESRB ratings, go to http://esrb.org. Nintendo.com joined April 2007, 231 following 14.1 M followers.
Why are you reading
followed by Next Handheld, Guard Break, and 278 others you follow. Posts, affiliates, replies, highlights, media. Nintendo of America's posts pinned.
Hey!
Nintendo of America at Nintendo America. July 17th. Smash your way through Donkey Kong Bonanza. Available today. Start playing now.
What?
https
What?
//ninten.do/6010espori
Why are you-
001048.
I don't get it.
Nintendo of America at Nintendo America. 32 meters bring Bushido back to Hinamato when Disgaea 7 Complete launches exclusively for Nintendo Switch 2 on October 10th.
Hey, I only asked you to read one thing. What is the deal? Huh? This part right there. Right there. That's all I asked you to read. That there, okay?
Bring Bushido back to Hinamato when Disgaea 7 Complete launches exclusively for Nintendo Switch 2 on October 10th.
Okay. Thank you. What in the world? What's wrong with this? I almost read the entire history of Nintendo's Twitter account. So yeah, it's this Disgaea, I think it's called. Disgaea 7 Complete launches exclusively on Nintendo Switch 2 on October 10th. That was Nintendo. It did. It read the entire history of Nintendo. So yeah, that's Nintendo's latest announcement, which by the way, it's a big one. It's a big one. They announced an exclusive game for Nintendo Switch 2 on October 10th. I'm not sure if it's gonna be a time exclusive. Who makes the game? Bring Bushido back to Himamoto. So yeah, October 10th. And so this is a game announcement. Normally Nintendo does big ones like this around Nintendo Directs because they kind of clear the space out. There's a lot of games that don't make it into the Directs. And so then before Directs, Nintendo likes to drop a lot of information out there. So tomorrow, I will go live tomorrow, early tomorrow. I will go live early tomorrow to get that direct announcement live here, like we're doing today. I will be live here tomorrow, so make sure for you guys to hit that notification bell. Click it twice, click it twice or 3 times to make sure that everything works out. Because right now I don't trust what's happening on the channel. Apparently everything is working better now, so I'm gonna go back to producing good content for you guys. But tomorrow I'll be here early live streaming. I'm waiting for the direct. If there is a direct announcement today, because I cannot rule it out for tomorrow, then of course I'll give you guys updated on that in a regular video. But yeah, this is Nintendo's last tweet for today. Latest tweet, not last. And so hopefully we'll get that direct announcement coming very, very soon. Last time we did this, it happened, right? Last time we did this, it happened. I have faith that this time again, all over again, it's going to happen. I appreciate you guys. We have a good amount of people here. We got about 600 people watching us live. So I appreciate you guys all. Tomorrow I'll be here live streaming again. Make sure to follow on X if you are watching on the X. If you are watching on Twitter, of course, hit that like button. If you're watching on let's see here. What we got people? Okay, we got people watching on X. Thank you so much for watching. On Facebook, thank you. On Twitch, and we got people on YouTube. Thank you so much for watching. And so tomorrow will be the day. We'll continue the live stream today to tomorrow. Okay. So for today, let's go ahead and end this live stream right now and come back tomorrow early to wait for the Nintendo Direct announcement. I'm going to say it happens. It's going to happen. If it happens today, stay tuned for a video, okay, for a video later on today. If it happens tomorrow, I'll be live streaming tomorrow to catch that direct announcement as it drops. And if it doesn't drop tomorrow, well, let's just say we're gonna have a party tomorrow, but it's not gonna be that type of party. It's gonna be a burn party. Like, what do you call that? What is it? What do you call that? A roast. Yeah, it's gonna be a roasting party. All right. Tomorrow we're gonna wait. We're gonna wait for the direct tomorrow. We're gonna be live streaming. Okay. But if it doesn't happen tomorrow, take out your pitchforks, my friends. Like this Power Matt said, pitchforks. We're gonna have a roast tomorrow. Okay. I'm gonna try to make up as many jokes as I can for the roast, not on Mike Odyssey. I'm not gonna be roasted. The roast of Nate the Hate, the roast of Beat 'em Ups, and the roast of Nash. The roast, okay, in tomorrow's live stream. I'm not holding anything back. I'm actually gonna start writing my roast right now for tomorrow's live stream, just in case. Just in case it doesn't happen. Just in case, we'll have the biggest roast of leakers that you guys have ever seen. almost every Nintendo YouTuber, including myself, I guess. Yeah, we'll do a Nintendo YouTuber roast too. We'll have a roast there too. All right, so it's gonna be fun. It'll be fun. Well, if it happens, if it doesn't happen, I mean, if it does happen, and we do get the Nintendo Direct, then I'll roast one person, not everyone. But yeah. All right, my friends. Thank you guys so much for watching. You've been amazing. Tomorrow I'll be back here. Tomorrow, I promise, and we'll have a good time. We'll just kind of we'll do the thing. The thing. Okay, the thing. It can't happen Friday. It can't happen Friday because that's August 1st. Yeah, it's August 1st. So if it doesn't happen in July, the roast is on. The roast is on. My friends, before I let you go, I got two things I got to let you know. Number one, never give up. Number two, you're on.